Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Wrestling Mark video back again. Sorry for the lateness of this video and the Stephanie McMahon video from Monday Night Raw. There was some issues uploading the Battleground review, but it's here, right? I'm just gonna talk about real fast alone the WWE World Heavyweight Championship contender who will face John Cena at SummerSlam on Monday Night Raw. As you probably already know, Triple H was gonna announce the #1 contender. And everyone was speculating Brock Lesnar, and I'm not gonna lie, I was too. Everyone knew because of the SummerSlam poster spoilers. So Randy Orton, however, wanted to be the champion. He was making a point saying, "Oh, well, I never exactly got my one-on-one title rematch," which he never did from WrestleMania. And then Kane comes out and he says that he also thinks that he should have the championship match because Kane believes that he can alone beat John Cena and he could bring the championship back to the Authority, which is what Triple H wants. He wants it back to the Authority. And then Roman Reigns came out and he said he needed that title match because I don't know why he needed it. He just needs it because he's a great performer right now. But Triple H didn't announce the winner at the beginning of the show. Instead, he waited till the very end, saying pretty much that he'll give anyone on the roster a chance to impress him that night. A lot of people did impress him, Randy Orton not including, because Randy Orton lost his match that night. But when Triple H was going out to announce the #1 contender, he did say Randy Orton. And Randy Orton did make his entrance right before getting attacked by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Randy pretty much brawled to the backstage area outside of the arena, I guess, maybe, which left Triple H alone in the center of the ring. When Triple H was just about probably ready to leave the ring, out walked Paul Heyman, the mastermind behind the one in 21-1. And then right behind Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, the man who beat the streak, the man who even before WrestleMania was saying that he wanted a shot at the WWE Championship. And now he's going to get it. Brock goes around the ring and he circles the ring. And the announcers are selling this as if like, no, you can't give him the shot, Triple H. This is the man that broke your arm twice. You can't do it. So Brock Lesnar enters the ring and Triple H looks very furious at this point. He looks angry at the fact that Paul Heyman is approaching him with Brock Lesnar. But of course, this is Triple H's plan C, so he goes ahead and shakes Paul Heyman's hand and shakes Brock Lesnar's hand. So Triple H leaves the ring, leaving Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman goes on about a monologue, speaking about how his client is so amazing, how he beat The Undertaker's streak. They showed a recap, and Paul Heyman basically said what Brock Lesnar did to Undertaker at WrestleMania 30 will happen to John Cena at SummerSlam. And Paul Heyman said that Brock Lesnar is not like any other guy who would say, but you can give me your championship so that you don't get punished at SummerSlam. Paul Heyman states that his client doesn't care about that. He will beat the living hell out of John Cena at SummerSlam, whether John Cena wants to be in that match or not. So we basically got it set up. John Cena, Brock Lesnar for the WWE Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, which is next month. I believe it's the 17th, I think. I'm not quite sure. But, yeah, I think it is the 17th, but we've got that stated. And I honestly think that I have no problem with this match happening under one condition. If Brock Lesnar wins the championship, he must become a full-time guy. I have no problem with someone coming back full-time and getting a championship right away. That's like if someone comes back from injury and they get a championship shot right away. I have no problem with that. But if it's just a part-timer, like someone like The Rock, he comes back, he beats CM Punk for the WWE Championship, and then he loses it 2 months later without having like maybe 4 matches in between. I have no problem though if Brock Lesnar were to win the championship and then be on Raw every single week. I'd have no problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is if he doesn't do that and if John Cena gets a title rematch. So John Cena is basically on his 15th championship title reign. We all know that the most held world championships is Ric Flair with 16 world heavyweight championships. John Cena is one away from tying up with him. if John Cena can lose the title and then win a title rematch, that would mean he's tied up with him, which I have a real problem with, because they're putting John Cena in the same league with Ric Flair, which I don't think there is. Ric Flair, honestly, he's not the best wrestler, and neither is John Cena, but they're both great entertainers in their own sense. John Cena not as good as Ric Flair, but they're both pretty good entertainers. And honestly, right now, it looks like John Cena is a lot more overpowered than Ric Flair, because Ric Flair got 16 championships in his whole career, in his really long career too. And I don't exactly know the distance between each championship, but it was 16, right? John Cena's held 15 in 13 years of him being in WWE, which is come on. So he's basically already beaten Ric Flair's streak in time sense, because if we go on the time periods, how fast it took them, it's probably John Cena would have more championships in more time than Ric Flair. But that's the thing, I don't want him to be exactly tied with Ric Flair. I have no problem with him being 15, but if he's 16, then I have a problem there. So I actually don't have a problem with Brock Lesnar winning, and honestly, I kind of want to see Cena lose. There's also been speculation that at WrestleMania 31, possibly the passing of the torch will happen between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns for the championship. So if that happens, I'd honestly like to see Brock Lesnar full-time from SummerSlam to WrestleMania, which is about 7 or 8 months maybe. 7 months from SummerSlam, I believe, which I have no problem with that happening, but I know a lot of other people do. But I want to hear your opinions. What do you think about Brock Lesnar returning on Raw and getting a WWE World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam? Leave in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Until next time.